recording is confirmed. Changes to the agenda.
Should we move the lane connecting? Should we move that up?
Yes,
Just so he,
so he can get out of
we're
here.
gonna have such a fascinating meeting tonight, but
And
maybe.
the library, I put that on there. That has to be added, because it was too given.
No, we're not gonna do the
Oh, we're not
library.
gonna
We're
do
not gonna
that
do the
tonight?
library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just not gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait until the 13th.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can move that up. Shouldn't take long on that one. Public comment. I've got a couple things to announce. At town meeting this year, the voters approved round number of $672,000 for matching funds for the $3 million grant. So I finally got the number from Patty and town clerk, and it's 17 cents on tax rate to raise that much money. So you're gonna have to decide whether you're putting it on this year's tax bill or what, bearing in mind that you got some major bills coming down the pike and you don't really want them piling up on you.
Okay.
And number 2, under new business, access to this building. And so, anybody else got anything under? Okay, it was mentioned that we take item 3 under new business, move it up so they don't have to hang around here all night. And I've read some of the paperwork, and I think that it would be inappropriate to discuss this matter until one of the Fosters is here to represent their side. We could sit here and discuss this for an hour or so tonight, and then they could show up and represent their side. So I'm suggesting that we send the Fosters a registered letter and have them show up at the meeting on the 14th.
Can we make sure Will is at the meeting too? Because I think
We need
if
to have Will
everyone
there.
is in agreement, I
Yeah,
think it's
we need to
important
have
for him
Will there.
because he's the authority
Will
on.
Will Goodwin, the zoning
Zoning
administrator.
Yeah.
To me, that's being fair to both sides. It's not a one-sided conversation.
So I make a motion to have Patty draw up an official letter to send to Travis Foster and invite him to come at our next meeting on July 13th at 7:30.
July 14th.
I'm sorry, July 14th.
I'll second it.
Can we add that?
Oh, and sorry that, and I'll amend that motion that we invite Travis Foster to our meeting on the 14th at 7:30 in July, as well as inviting Will Goodwin and the Connects to address the concerns of the letter that the Connects sent us about safety concerns in for their business and for the town.
I think David Foster should be copied too, because I don't know whose name the house is in. Probably
Who should be?
David Foster.
David Foster.
Yeah, I tried to look on the tax map and that parcel has no information.
But I went to my
Patty?
my hunting.
For some reason, it says Town of Weston. The microphone is on.
How it got unmuted.
We can't hear you.
Yes, we can hear the TV in the background.
There we go. Oh, Patty muted us instead of
Okay,
muting
thank you.
Melissa.
Yeah, that's old because
Is
they're,
that old?
Yeah.
Okay.
but the reason I'm saying David might be the owner of the property is somewhere in all the paperwork goes through here. Dealing with the culvert that the state of Vermont is gonna be installing on the corner down there. They were having to get either a right of way or a piece of land from David Foster. So,
So then it would be inviting David Foster, Travis, the Connects, Will Goodwin, and anybody else we want to add onto the list. Okay, so David Foster, I make a motion that we postpone this discussion and we send Travis and David Foster a certified letter inviting them to come here and to come and speak with us on July 14th at 7:30. Also, we will be inviting the Connects who own the Coho Inn, as well as Will Goodwin, the zoning administrator, and David and Travis Foster. Did I already say that? Yes. Okay.
what about that gentleman?
I'll be here, don't worry.
And any other interested parties?
Am I allowed to ask a question?
Yes.
Sure.
What is the zoning for that area?
It's a residential rural.
Residential rural?
Yes, I can show it to you right here if you would like, if you wanted to read it,
Just curious why they weren't notified and invited.
because there wasn't enough time. Yeah. So right here, you can see that this is the rural residential district. This is the permitted uses and then the conditional uses.
All those in favor of the motion?
Was it seconded? Yes, did someone
I
second?
did. Or,
He seconded the original.
Okay, the original one. All right, so should we second the new one?
yeah, I think we just need to be clear that we're not voting on the original one. We've changed the motion to the latest motion, which I'm seconding the latest motion.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Uh,
I'm sorry if you guys make a trip down here for,
These days are hard to do just because.
Yeah.
So to push it down to another, but
Thank you, Lane.
thank you guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Have a good night.
yeah.
You too, thank you.
You all had your budget and comparison packets. Anybody got any red flags, questions on them?
Did we get those?
I did not
I
get a
didn't-
budget
I didn't
comparison.
get it.
I
Yeah,
didn't get it.
was it an email?
Yeah, it was given.
The budget
She just
comparison.
asked me to put it up.
Oh, Kim?
Kim? The budget and comparison report?
Yeah, those were at the last meeting. I handed them out. It's usual that you get them.
Oh,
The
right.
first meeting, review it and ask me any questions, the second meeting. So we can try it again next month.
Sorry
but-
about that, Kim.
It's okay. It's early days. There's nothing too critical going on.
So I'll take it back up.
The 14th.
We'll table it till the 14th. And I would suggest that that we have it in our packages, because
So you want it twice?
as many times as it takes. I'm not smart enough to go back to my previous meeting and dig it out. It's so much easier if we get it, in our current package.
So you don't want to look at it in advance then, and I'll just have it for the second meeting going forward.
Or can you email it?
Of course, I
That
can
would
do
be
whatever
better.
you want.
Yeah,
Get it in your
Kim,
second package and then you can look at it in, August.
Is that, I mean, if that's okay,
Well, you're gonna be getting it on the 14th of July. Maybe you can look on the 28th. But, to get it that night and try to go through it, you're not gonna do a good job.
yeah.
all right, so
You
let's
just
move it- what,
Tell me
sorry,
what you want.
so why don't we just move it to the 28th then?
Put it in their package for the next meeting, Kim, and then they'll, ask any questions on the 28th.
I don't know why I'm not finding it in my packet from last week, though. I have the audit.
It was there,
It was there.
yep, cause you guys said you were gonna look at it.
Yeah, I have it at home.
All right, so now we're gonna go to, delinquent tax report. We don't mention any names. I assume that, tax collector's doing her job. She's probably made payment arrangements with others and stuff. And has she said anything to you about anybody really giving her a problem, Kim?
No. She hasn't, I haven't really discussed it in detail.
Because if you look through some of these here, some of them are still tied up in the states.
And I'm just curious if any payments have been made on the last one.
At the bottom of the first page.
Mhm.
Is that the one that you and I discussed earlier today,
Yes,
Katie?
yes,
I'm not aware of any.
okay. And then the fifth down, is that,
Fifth down or fifth from the top?
I'm sorry, the fifth from the top, no, fifth from the top
That's an estate.
estate.
And the seventh one's in the state.
And that's the same as the third from the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the glaring fourth from the bottom?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
I know who that entity is, but do we know if that's gonna,
I
Why
haven't
that's sitting
any,
there?
I don't have any information on that one.
okay, cause that's a big one.
Is. And I'm not gonna make that comment.
I think you really have to have the delinquent tax collector here when you have it on your agenda, only because I only process the checks as they come in. I don't know what her arrangements are with individual property owners.
Is there any way that we can put onto the agenda for the 14th to have Gretchen come in and we can look at this again? That would be great.
Okay, we'll move on to executive session policy.
We don't have to vote to approve this, we're just signing it.
We're just signing it because we've already
Yeah.
adopted it.
Review the changes and sign it.
Mhm.
Number 8 is this emergency management plan. Had a bunch of name changes on it.
That's the only thing that changed on was the names. You just have to adopt it and sign it so that they can accept it. Moving forward.
Is there a signature page on this?
Yeah, Jenny has it.
Okay, so I'm gonna move that we adopt this and sign it.
Second.
Discussion,
Yeah.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Let's see the signature page.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, a signature, she told me a signature isn't needed. I just need to have it on the minutes and send her a copy of the minutes. So I'm
Okay.
you guys that,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
about that.
thank you.
Culvert replacement, this is where they were wanting to go from 7 to 14 days. And, tabled it or talked about it a little bit.
I think we should talk about it a little bit.
I wrote him a letter that I copied all you guys on.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought his response was, it was his response. I didn't love it, but you know, until he gets the bids and we find out what's going on, I don't see there's much to do here.
It says they opened bids on the 19th. So have we heard anything since they
I haven't
opened them?
heard a thing.
I don't know how much do they do.
Oh, that's a good, yeah. Let me, I'll call the guy tomorrow and find out what's going on.
Well, they may have to, lots of times when they get them state bids in, they open them up, then they send it to their different engineers to have them analyze it and
Okay.
see what their bidding contractor
But when they're putting
has proposed or how he's bidding it.
Okay.
And see what his time schedule is, because they want to make sure when they award the bid that they've got a schedule that can be met or kept. They don't want somebody that comes in and says, I can do this, this, and this, and a week into it, oh, I'm way behind. So they analyze things
They can
fairly.
kind of tell by the bid if it's realistic that they're gonna get it
Right.
done in the time frame.
Right.
I thought it was interesting that they went from 7 days to, well, we'll guarantee it in 9 and give an incentive for 9 days. And we were saying that 7 was too much. Maybe that's what you didn't like about it, Jim.
Yeah.
Well, I
exactly.
do that on a lot of their projects is
Yeah.
they'll put them out there and they'll dangle the carrot. If you get it done early, it's this much. If you get it done 2-3 days early, it's this much.
They're
Dangle
saying they'll
a
get the full incentive if they do it in 9, when we were saying we wanted to keep it to 7 or less.
Exactly. I mean, why not extend the incentive down to
7,
7 when
right.
that's what we asked for, and.
Maybe it's just
that's-
not doable realistically for the project.
I mean,
But they wouldn't know that, yeah, until they get, so
are there,
I'll check with this guy and see what's going on.
thank you, Jim.
All right, you got the draft of the Weston Town meeting.
Yes,
And has anybody got any changes they need to make or?
no, it all looked good.
Kim, there was just like little things on the first page, like missing words, like little, like, the rest of it was great. But the first page, the parent, like, I don't know if you want me to just leave this.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I'll just make changes to it. I think if you didn't have anything that's on the signature page, I can get everything else updated. And I'm pretty sure I gave you a copy that was signed by me, and Wayne had signed it previously. I just need him to come back and do it again.
Should we table this until Brian is here? Doesn't,
Kim, is there
Kim?
any time pressure on this? If we get this done on the 14th, will that be okay for you?
It's whatever makes you happy. It is supposed to have done in a timely basis,
Keep
but
adding to the 14th, we're
Yeah.
not gonna get it done.
Yeah.
That's
it's
just-
not like it's been urgent at all at this point.
right.
Make a motion to sign this.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I wasn't on the board. So.
I think I left one spot blank. Because I knew
And
Linda
if there's
wasn't.
not- Yeah, no, it's just us, everyone that's supposed to be here.
And Kim, you'll chase down Brian?
Sure.
May 26th, select board meeting minutes.
Kim, I can,
Yeah, I'll send him a message.
oh, okay.
We had corrections and she's made them.
There was,
Lots of corrections.
Katie, it's Martha Moriarty, right?
It is.
Yeah.
He'd enjoy a Spanish name, wouldn't she?
That is really funny. Maria.
So, unless there are other changes that are substantial, I'm gonna move that we, sign this, and Patty, you just changed Maria to Martha
Oh, I didn't, oh,
on that,
It's hilarious. I can't wait to tell her
on the
that.
public on page 1, okay?
okay, alright, so that's May 26th.
Hi.
Right,
And Jim, you made the motion,
yeah,
okay? Did anybody second it?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Can't guarantee I can get back here for the 14th. And it's just kicking the can down the road at this point, like.
Right, so,
It's a safety concern. It's very, like, if you live in this town, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Countless times.
totally.
And anybody that says they haven't, so it's just
are you talking about the traffic or the windblown stuff?
both.
Um,
Like the fact that I've only been back here for a little over 2 years and I've almost either hit the truck countless times or been driven off the road by somebody trying to avoid hitting the truck. And like it gets worse and worse. This morning I watched 2 trucks in parallel facing northbound. So that means one's in southbound, backing up down Route 100 at 7:30 this morning into their property. And it's
Have you talked to him
Yes.
directly? That's
yes.
the first question.
This is,
That was the first thing.
this has been going on. They've had discussions for a long time at this point.
um,
It's just, it's like, it's just a matter of when at this point that somebody gets hit. It's a
Yeah.
serious problem.
And now Will said that it's a V-Trans issue because it's the main road, right?
But
That's
it's,
what
it's,
he's saying.
it's, but it's,
not a
it's,
cruise
it's,
problem.
an right, but so it actually is not a V-Trans issue. It goes down, we can't kick it down to V-Trans. The issue is zoning. And I know that you wanted to wait until Travis and Dave are here, but we also need to just acknowledge what was in the letter, I think. And the problem, can I see that actually for a second?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to.
Okay, so let me give you some background, Karen. All right, so this is Lane and he owns the Coho Inn.
Oh.
Yeah, and across the street is the neighbors are using it as a commercial business area, basically. And there are specific things in the zoning statutes and in the bylaws. So when you're zoned residential rural, you have only an allotted amount of things that you can do with your property. And then you also have, because it's a home business or a home office, you have to live there full time. And the current resident is not living there while operating a business. And we thought, because originally it was a safety issue, maybe we should talk to V-Trans. Jim talked to V-Trans today, had this conversation about being able to block the road for 10 minutes. And I made a phone call out to the gentleman that told him that, and I'm waiting for a follow-up phone call on that. There's a lot of different moving pieces that are coming together, and I basically found all of this out last night. Because I started doing some research, and it turns out that it's on us as a select board that have not been enforcing for everyone, not just one person or another, for everyone, the bylaws that are being rewritten, but until they're still there for a reason. And there's districting and zoning for a reason in these different parts. So there's a safety issue with this neighbor backing large tractor trailers out on a blind spot on Route 100 north and south at all hours of the day.
There is additional issues as well.
Then let's, yeah, well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Obviously, I think that is a huge safety. concern.
yeah, well, please,
Right.
yeah,
I've got the issue that he's originally, when he started doing his scrap metal business,
Mhm.
he would park something in the old dairy barn area for a couple of days, and then it would be shifted. But now we've got an old RV and a truck and a car on a trailer that's been there for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, that's just been parked. Right, so
Right.
not a safety concern, it just looked like, right.
right,
The bigger, and equally, in my mind, safety issue is what they're doing down the road at Dave, I believe it's the dad's house, right on the.
That corner.
Wow, right there.
It's right on the brow of the hill,
okay,
right? And that, you don't need Lane and me,
no,
all right?
I almost ran
Because
into them.
I know lots of people in town who have come across this and have said to them, you've got to stop doing this because it's right on the brow of the hill.
Right.
Now,
Shaded from the trees right there. too.
right,
Yeah.
it's, all you need is if an emergency vehicle is coming up on the wrong side of the road and they've got lights going on, Travis isn't, or they're not trying to direct anything.
No,
Right, and there's gonna be a huge accident,
I
if you're
agree.
coming up the hill, you cannot see people coming down the south. So I think there's two safety issues.
Yeah.
Being created by the same business,
that is not allowed to be there.
that I don't know, that's your zoning issue. I think that
Zoning.
That's
I know that people have said to him, you've gotta stop doing this.
right. So the fact is that it falls to the zoning administrator to enforce these laws, and it falls on us to enforce him to tell him to do that. And I
Tell them to do what?
to enforce the zoning.
Alright,
So like I gave you that page that has fines, to enforce the zoning, and then start going, once you enforce it, it's a day by day fine.
And from what I understand, Will said that he could apply for a site plan review and apply to run something out of there. Is that correct?
No, you can't, because you have to physically live in that house in order to have a business that you consider a home business. That is not zoned for commercial anything. And you have to physically live in the domicile for there to be a legal bylaw business.
so if he lived in his grandmother's house, could he run a scrap metal business from that location?
It would have to, that's the idea, that's the thing, is that it's not zoned for industrial business,
Right.
right? And that's what I'm saying, it's not zoned for industrial, so
So
no.
even if he lived there.
Even if he lived there, he would still have to find another commercial space.
Right,
And that is,
Well, we're not, I'm not,
we're not making, that's just what the bylaws say. We're not making that choice, and that really is up to the DRB. It's so it falls to us to tell the zoning administrator that we want to enforce these zoning bylaws.
yeah, and
Then-
just, by the way, I just wanna, we're a legislative body. We're not an enforcement
Right,
business, that's, so,
We are
No.
enforcement. We're enforcement. We are the zoning administrator's bosses, and the zoning administrator is enforcement.
well, but we're his boss and he does some enforcement, but
Well, that's
we
the
don't
point.
have, I mean, who are we gonna call out, the state police? I mean,
No, we're not gonna call the state police. We're gonna call Will Goodwin.
that's right.
And we're going
That's
to,
right.
we're gonna
it
have,
looks like you would fine him up to $800 a day.
that's what I'm saying. So that's,
But we've gotta go through some processes.
Well, we have- well,
I understand that.
we don't necessarily really, we have to sit and talk about it. We need to hear the concerns of the residents. And this is because we're addressing this, it's gonna be addressed with everyone.
And I think that's the right thing to do. I just wanna clarify.
Yeah.
Because you've said a couple of times, he needs to be living in there permanently.
Yes. That's
Well,
what
if-
the bylaws
if-
say.
Okay, but if he was living in there permanently, he still couldn't run a scrap metal business.
No,
So
'cause it's
the
not
fact
what
that
it's-
He's living or not living there is irrelevant.
It's just that either way, it's the idea that he's pulling it off like it's a home business, and it's not. And so you're right, but also it's a little murky because it's a family property, and that would be like a home business that they are not allowed to have. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not zoned correctly. They can't.
I'm not an expert in this. Will's the expert.
Mhm.
But I believe there's ways, like you can be in a rural residential area and apply to run a business in a rural resident, like
You can,
Coho
but
is in
you-
a rural residential as well,
But you
right?
have to adhere to setbacks.
Right,
and,
oh, no,
yeah,
I'm saying that there's,
I think you
rules, but
have-
I don't wanna like make a promise to somebody that.
We're not
he
promising.
I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I don't wanna say definitely he could not in any situation run a business out of there.
I agree.
I just
I
wanna make
agree.
sure that's
No,
clear,
I
'cause that's what
agree.
was being asked.
No, okay, so
I
thank
think
you
there's
for clarifying.
Two aspects in my mind. One, he's running a business that appears at the moment he's not supposed to be running a business. Right, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
I think the second bigger issue is the safety.
It's the
issue.
safety.
Because when there is an accident, it's not gonna be a small one because people go along that road at the maximum speed is 50 miles an hour. So we know that people go sometimes a little bit faster than that. Right, and
imagine
the
that.
place right opposite the Coho has got that little dip, so if you're coming up the hill
Yeah.
and he's turning around, he's in a little dip,
Mhm,
that's one place, and then the other place is further down,
mhm,
I don't know how you describe it,
In front of
towards
his
it,
dad's.
right in front of his dad's,
mhm.
right, so I think you've got two safety issues, and now the town is on notice that there is a safety issue.
Oh, absolutely. And so I personally have almost run into this tractor trailer twice. And it's definitely a safety issue. I don't really understand why I'm the only one talking about the fact that it's up to us as the select board to enforce with the zoning administrator, who is the enforcer of these bylaws. And I don't think that it should I think it needs to apply to everybody. I think it's only fair. I think the buck has been passed down in the past, and I think it needs to stop. And we're talking about it right now.
Yeah,
I think it's good that you're gonna put them on note, that you bring them in here, because they might have a difference of opinion.
Right.
Because all I'm hearing here tonight, and I'm definitely not a legal expert, right? I'm more concerned with the safety issue.
I am too.
Because I pull out and I know people are coming up,
Yeah.
right? And
I-
I've come up there with an ambulance and he's been parked on the brow of the hill. I'm creeping around it with an ambulance with flashing lights. So I know it's a safety issue, and that's my concern.
Thank you.
So instead of waiting until July 14th, could you not call a special hearing? to get this party together, whether or not he's able to attend these,
That is a good idea.
just to get it.
Denny and Jim, what are your
Addressed.
thoughts?
I think we'll leave it at the 14th. I understand there's a safety issue. We'll put them on notice, but every time there's a problem come up, we cannot call a special meeting for every problem that comes across the board here. You start that, and every time somebody walks through that door, they're gonna want a special meeting because they'll say, you did it for them, you gotta do it for me. And it's posted that we have our meetings twice a month, and that's the way I think it should be. But if you three want to make a motion and do it, go ahead, because I'm probably not gonna be here.
Okay.
Can I just say that I don't know that we need a special hearing. But could we just light a fire under Will to look into it deeper, because that is his job,
Right, I
and
mean,
that's what.
yeah,
Well, you can do
absolutely.
that, but
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think us right now here sitting together we have to say, or I'm saying, I would like to speak with Will and have him go and look at the zoning bylaws and figure out what exactly the infractions are and enforce the rules.
I agree
So
with
you're
that.
gonna do that?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. I called him today. I'll call him again tomorrow.
Good.
And that is the
Keep
only.
hunting him down.
I will. That is the only thing that I can do right now to move this forward.
So the rules you're referring to right there are the zone, that he's running a business.
Mm-hmm. But
In
yes,
theory, he's running a business
Mhm.
where he shouldn't be running a business.
mm-hmm. And that's the way to shut it. That's the way.
How else can we address the safety concern?
And
We've called V-Trans, so we
Yeah.
can keep pushing that.
Yeah, I spoke to Mark Pickering and, you know, there's a jurisdictional issue because this is a state road, not a town road. I'm not going to summarize my conversation with Mark Pickering, but he would be more than delighted to talk to you. There's his number.
Cool, thank you.
You know, I suggested that he and you talk,
Okay.
and you should talk. And, you know, the important thing to me right now is we need to hear from all sides. I've heard that, you know, for instance, you don't like having an RV parked in his property. You know what? I'm not sure that that's
I
a
don't think-
violation.
But
Just saying,
no, I
that these are
totally
the
agree.
kinds of things that come along, and, you know, so we've gotta be very careful.
Unfortunately, I
this
think
kind of
there's a lot
stuff.
of different nuances to this.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be, if you parked an RV in your front yard, I wouldn't have any say so about it. But the RV that he's parked is scrap metal. It's for being
Well,
scrap.
I don't know how you know that, but,
Well, you only have to look at it.
yeah, well, I won't tell you how many other
RVs in,
I mean, that is not an unheard of problem in towns like this.
yeah.
And so I don't want to go into it anymore. And because, yeah, we're gonna do our best to deal with it. We're making the calls and, yeah,
Bill did suggest, as far as the roofing concern, the metal roof, I guess there's a grant that the state of Vermont can provide to people who
for
have,
historic barn,
yeah, so I
so we
mean,
can get him money to fix it.
We can include
Be
that
nice
in the
when
letter
truck
to
flies off and
him.
hits somebody's driveway,
Yeah.
it's
Yep,
like trucking in,
so
like,
we-
connects on
yeah, I
pretty
slowed
quick.
So
down by it
we're
now.
looking into the historic barn grant to that we can help them
yeah, we ought
hopefully
to get
apply.
them,
Help them hopefully apply for, because I think they have to apply for it, so, this can't really go on safety wise, in my opinion, and, I'll call Will tomorrow.
But the safety issue is V-Trans, you think?
The safety issue is him operating a business out of that that rate. Because
our problem is
that's-
we got 3 or 4 different intertwined
Right.
issues.
Right.
And we're trying to parse them, you know, we've got a zoning issue, we've got a V-Trans issue, we've got a, you know, building falling apart issue. We've got You know,
What you will find here in Vermont, I suspect all over the country, is you've got too many agencies and they're all trying to do something with the same piece of property. We just got a bridge report. Just bring this out an example. The bridge report said we should realign the stream so it comes down under the center of the bridge. The state water guy doesn't want us touching that current. They do not like straight shots. So you got two agencies butting heads here. That's some of the stuff we butt up against, just for an example. And there was a fishing thing up there, Greendale. One outfit said, oh yeah, we got to put logs across the stream to create a pool for the fishing stuff. Next outfit comes along, oh, you got to tear them out. They can't be there. So, you know, we just can't walk out and do what we really think we want to do. Everybody has to be contacted and come to mediation.
But what does need to happen is that there needs to be something happening with the enforcement.
I've
Of
tried
this.
talking in person, I've sent a text, like I'm at the point now, that's why we reached out to you guys, cause it's a matter of when, so
I know.
leave that in your guys' thought for now. And
Thank
I
you.
had to come back in and say my piece, cause
Thank you. I'm sorry, Lane.
it's
Thank you,
we've been here
Lane.
for 2 years and it's gone on for too long. We keep having people stop and talking to us about it, like we have something to do about it because we're across the street. So
Understood.
Yeah,
it's
it's concerning.
to say the least.
Thank
yes.
you for coming in.
Yeah,
And thank you
Sorry
for
to
your
come back
time.
in.
No, thank you for coming back in.
not walking away.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you so much.
I guess we're on the minutes of the third. Did we have a motion on that, Patty, or where
No,
were
we had a motion on May 26th, we hadn't gotten to June 3rd.
okay, I'll move approval of the June 3rd select board meeting minutes.
I second.
discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
And we have the minutes, June 9th.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. You got it.
Beat you.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you. Sorry, I was just thinking.
Back page.
I was like, yeah, I signed it. I was just holding on to it.
Bearing the agenda here.
All right, we have the payroll.
Payroll.
So the check warrant 11B was for the getting the hydraulic study on the 17 acres.
Mhm.
I signed that. Do we need to reapprove that, Kim there?
No, I don't think so, because you're,
Yeah,
One
I
of
think
us.
it's,
one of
we
us is
approved.
authorized to sign these things.
yeah,
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 you
so I-
approved it at that meeting.
We approved it
Okay.
at the meeting, yeah.
so we're good on that. So I'm gonna move approval of check warrant report, payroll check warrant report number 12. In the amount of $10,667.28.
I second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Yes, it was. Aye.
Aye.
right, 13 is,
Oh, do we need, we
We
need,
have one more.
I'm gonna move approval of accounts payable, check warrant report number 12 in the amount of $34,000, sorry, $25.55.
I second.
discussion. All those in favor?
Aye. So here. Thank you.
Okay, next thing is website committee member update.
You.
I'll go. We had our last meeting last Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before that. We've gotten a few quotes. We have a meeting this coming Friday with our fave of the four companies that we've looked into. So they'll give us like even a deeper dive into what they offer, and how their website works and what we would have to do and all of that. So that's like the main meat of our meeting.
I missed the
Friday.
last meeting, so I was not there, but it's gonna be good. Anyone want to join us?
Yeah, if anyone wants
We'll
to.
be
time is it?
there. It's 9:30 on Friday.
And we're zooming in with the company, which is Town Web, at 10.
Mm-hmm.
They're zooming in with us, so we've got a saleswoman there that we're working with, and good. Their websites are really nice and simple and cheap, but like tailored to
What we need.
municipalities.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's good.
Great.
Yeah, be able to make that.
Cool.
Bridge damage claim, we've got a report back, and then we've got a report from the state engineers who inspected the bridge.
Big
And
report.
two outfits have looked at the bridge. I happened to run into one outfit when they were looking at it, and I asked them to add two separate things when they submitted their price, because in the report we got wrote up for not having wing walls, aluminum guardrails on each end of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then been after this since 23 flood, but it kind of keeps getting lost. But using boulders to armor the bridge abutment on the town garage side of the bridge, it's bare. They showed us where the footing is standing up, and that requires a thing with Scott Jensen to get a permit to work in the river. And you have the information from the accident, so I guess I asked Brian to help on this, and Patty and our Pam, EPs, to handle it. And so I assume when they get their estimates from the two outfits that have looked at it, they can move forward to the insurance company. And then at the meeting, of course, the insurance company's not going to cover the armoring or the guardrails, but
Yeah, the entry, those.
Yeah.
We ought to get a quote on putting those.
But
one is
it's
coming.
but it's just damaged the lower tier of the rail that has impacted the damage between the upstream post 3 and 4 cracking that continues through the rail. That's what they would be paying for. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to clarify.
And we've gotten a report from Megan, which will take time to write some specs up and put it out to bid for work probably next year. We have money in the bridge fund, according to our estimates, we'll have enough money in the bridge fund to cover those repairs.
Okay,
The additional things, you mean the guardrails and the boulders?
not the crack.
Well, that'll come out of the bridge fund, but I'm talking about the first bridge and the third bridge.
Okay, so different bridge projects, not this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And should we get the road crew to clean up the upstream and downstream?
I was
curb
just gonna say
sediment?
the sediment on that, and what about it says right here,
There's stuff where stuff is growing up there,
it says
and I guess that the roots get in there.
the buildup of debris and
Yeah.
the vegetation present along the upstream and
The other
downstream
thing-
curves should be washed off and gotten rid of.
The other thing, just to give you an example of how agencies don't talk to one another, is there's 4 drain pipes on the edges of that bridge. So water that's on the deck goes into the river. Last time we had any work done, we were told that they had to be plugged, so that didn't happen. And now if you read that report, they want them unplugged. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
So I'm just confused about the process, because my understanding is, so we've got the damage to the bridge,
Right,
and then we have these 2 other things that we want done. But we've reached out to 3 companies asking for quotes to fix
only 2 of them.
whatever, like what are the specs that they got to know what they're bidding on?
Good
I
question.
sent them what V-Trans sent me as far as the damage to the bridge.
Okay,
So that they know what the damage to the bridge from the accident was.
So
Okay.
then they added in the rest of the stuff that we didn't,
Have they?
well, right here, they're talking like in the
I haven't
write-up,
gotten any quotes yet, so I don't
In the
know. what they
write-up.
look like.
so my question is, would it be better for us to put out an official RFP detailing everything that needs to be done and put that out there so companies can bid, not just the
Yeah.
ones we reach out to, and then it's got everything and it's more
Number one.
competitive?
Number one, you want the bridge damage fixed for winter.
well,
And if you go to the route you're going, it won't get fixed. Number 2, there's very few companies around that gonna do that kind of work.
Okay.
We listed 3 of them. 2 of them have come on site and looked at it. They know a hell of a lot more than we do about what needs to be done.
Right.
The other 2 things, yes, you can go out and get prices on them, the rails and the armor. That has nothing to do, but when you're talking with the insurance company, you're gonna have to keep that repair to that
Right.
separate. You can't.
we can't lump it in and then bill the insurance company
That's
with
why
just the
I
portion of
asked.
it, right?
Right, that's my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
Well, I
no.
used to do claims, that's
Right.
what I did.
So
Okay.
Patty, is that
Patty, is that
possible to do it all with the same company and the same project, but bill
You
out?
can, but it's
Part.
gonna have to be separate. The insurance company is gonna ask for the damages that need to be paid for and repaired separate.
So it would be
Right.
2 bills.
There would be, they would only pay what they owe. That would be what's sent to the insurance company as to what they owe. And then they would look at it and just decide whether they wanna send somebody or not, to look at it.
And what is like the regular timeline for something like this? For example, like the cracked bridge, like is because it's cracked and
It's just a guardrail on the side,
Mhm.
and we haven't dealt with it before. We've fixed them on our own before from deterioration, but this is an accident.
right,
So this is all new to everybody
right,
here.
okay,
So we got the state to do an inspection.
Mhm.
Sent the information to these 3 contractors. 2 have come looked at it. I suspect they're gonna send us an estimate of what they want to fix it. And to me, that's the way it should be done. If you wanna go get the technical route and start doing this, this and this, you can say goodbye to this project till next spring.
Well, wait, what do you mean? I mean, I don't really understand. Why are you saying that if we wanted to like group everything together, it would be more of an incentive for them to come in and do all the things and then just bill us separately so they could just bang it all out?
I
And
was
that's what you
just
were saying, right?
trying to figure out how we were gonna go about doing this.
Well, is
With
there,
the other new work that you wanted, that
Right.
you're saying needs to be done and the.
They gotta keep
regular
all the
repair.
bills separate.
Yeah.
right, but the question is, what is our date for like a final, do we have like a date for a final bid?
If we haven't heard from the two construction companies by the 6th
Of July?
of July, would you please call them and say you need it for the meeting on the 14th?
Yeah, I was actually gonna call them by the end of this week, if I didn't
Okay.
get anything,
That's great,
just to remind them
that's
to
great.
keep on.
Yeah, why don't, yeah, we'll just have it, that's because I think we should look at the bids and make a
Just to
choice at the
stay
next
on
meeting.
top of that, and then I can call them again the 6th if I don't hear anything.
Cause I don't know what the
Um,
length is for scheduling something like that, and I don't know anything about repairing cracked bridges. Not my specialty.
Well,
So I'll call them this week, Denny, and then I'll call them again July 6th if I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Following up.
well, that's that. Thirteen, Little School, Northern Basement Systems Annual Maintenance. We haven't had them go in the basement for, what, 3 years now, Jim?
Yeah, you're probably right, but at least two.
And we weren't overly impressed with what happened underneath down there. So I put a call into the two carpenters that put the fans in and went in this spring to uncover them and make sure everything was all right. And I asked them what they see down there, and they said they didn't see anything out of order.
Okay,
So, yeah, I'm gonna take his word for it.
So do you want me to tell them we don't need their services?
Right.
Okay.
thank you.
I guess Brian brought up the sidewalk out here, there's gaps in the concrete. There was an inspection by, I can't remember which organization, but had to deal with handicap access. And steps up through there, they weren't level. So we had to get somebody come in with a grinder and grind them off to meet their approval. And then we had to have some cement built up in front of the main door here, so there'd be like a ramp so a wheelchair can get in. So I myself, it's been that way for how many years, Jim?
Well, we haven't done anything to that sidewalk since I've been around, except up by the, by the
By the door.
door, yeah.
So,
Question is it, would it be worthwhile to get somebody to come and
I think it would,
scrape that out?
I think it
put
would be
little
worth putting a little
concrete there?
concrete in it and smooth it out. I mean,
It's gonna have to happen sometime.
I mean,
The question is,
it's
does it happen now
it's
or
either
in 5
we-
years or 10 years?
well,
or
also
never?
the idea is that if, well, actually I won't go there. I think we should talk to someone and see if we can get them to, like you were saying, grind it out and then put some patches there so it's smooth and no one's tripping.
We get any sort of, because we had to do this door so it was handicap accessible.
There's a fund for it, like for, doing stuff for this building.
Right.
Yeah, and we would just have to look into getting a bid from somebody to see how much it would be just to seal the cracks.
Okay.
Could those guys that you talked to, Denny, I mean, this is, you don't need a stonemason to do this.
No, you don't. I mean,
This is-
I could
Or-
get,
or-
I
or
could get
should
my
we just-
stonemason to come and do it.
I can ask them,
Yeah,
and as long as I'm gonna be asking them, I got one other question to ask. In the town garage up there, in the second bay in, plywood is starting to come down along the metal beam, and it must be a bag type insulation that is starting to drop down, and I was wondering if we could get these guys to fix that.
sure. Wrap it all into one,
More incentive.
yeah,
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm in there and I see what's going on, so I'll call them, ask them.
All right, cool. So you're gonna talk to him about that and the plywood.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Alright. We take care of,
Water.
okay, under new business, access to the building.
yeah, the theater company requested last week that they wanted to know if they could use the bathroom in here for just the actors, for the Schoolhouse Rock play, which is playing, I think it goes until July 4th now. And Denny and I had a difference of opinion about that. And Denny had a very good concern, which is that if we provide access to them, give them, their own code, that there's, this area is locked up if no one's there. Kim's office is locked up, but the upstairs is not locked up. So somebody could go up and rifle through the files there. And the alternatives are, would be in an ordinary, in old times, would be, well, there was never a bathroom in the Wilder, but now there is, but that they're not going to be open until sometime in
weeks.
July.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
And even then, they're only open when someone's there, and if someone isn't there, then they're not open. You can't get to the men's room or the bathroom, and or the playhouse. And the playhouse is, shut. Nobody's supposed to go in there at all. So but I didn't know about the library when I talked to Denny, and said I would call Debbie Granquist and find out if there was any availability. And the answer is nobody's allowed in there basically until what's the name of it? Bread Loaf is out, which is going to be next week or later. And the other question was whether we had any special codes available in our sort of code index. And so I called Deb and found out that the library wasn't available. I talked to Kim and her crew and figured out that there was a code available. And there was another concern, which is the toilet running. So if somebody goes in there and uses the bathroom and is an actor who doesn't know anything about plumbing, then the thing will be running and we'll get an alarm down on our septic field. So I talked to James Roeder, who was the director of all that, and told him that if anybody used the bathroom, that he would have to go in and check and make sure the toilet wasn't running. And Did I call Denny back and report that? I did not. I broke my ankle on Friday afternoon and spent Saturday at Rutland in the emergency room.
Oh my God.
And yeah, well, it's not very bad, I'll tell you that. But I did.
I
But,
didn't see
yeah,
it
yeah,
before.
my stylish
This is
booty.
me
But the record
not
shows.
noticing.
Yeah,
I'm so
so
sorry.
Denny, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I ain't gonna cut any ice.
I just screwed up, but there you have it. So the question, I think the question is that we should just talk about is, do we want to continue to give them access here, understanding that, somebody could, do a loose lips thing and tell somebody else the code, and all of a sudden, somebody unauthorized is rooting through the files up there.
Well, the code is deactivated. I deactivated the code.
Okay,
Yeah, the code is deactivated.
okay,
So, and I called James Roeder and I told
Okay.
him that it's deactivated.
okay,
Because I also expressed to James Roeder that I didn't feel comfortable having one of us not here physically the entire time we were going to allow someone from the Playhouse to use it. And I specifically said that to him.
okay,
And I am just more concerned about the toilet and the sink that clogs. And I put a phone call into Daryl Hart. Actually, he was at my house yesterday, and talking to him about fixing the toilet, if not just replacing the whole thing and figuring out why the sink is not draining.
well, the sink is draining,
You did that. Oh, thank you.
I did a plumber's helper.
Thank you.
Came up with a bunch of evil smelling stuff, and it's, but it's running, as of last time I checked it, it's running fine.
So I talked to Kim and I talked to Denny, and I did not speak with Pam about this. And really, ultimately, I think we just can't let anyone really use this bathroom until we figure it out. And also, I already told James that they couldn't use it, and they're already planning on using the Vermont Country Store. And that's where it is right now.
Okay,
And while they're in town here. And so that is that as far as that. And then all of the codes have been wiped out. All of our codes.
They haven't yet.
Okay, so all of
We
our,
needed to get everybody.
so because there has been discrepancies on people saying, oh, people are together and they're talking about stuff when we haven't been together. People have been claiming that I've been in the building when I haven't. So we're just getting all new security codes. So, yes.
They're really nice, fancy porta potties now.
There are, and that would be up to the Weston Playhouse to do that. And I don't know. I actually said on the phone, I was like, you guys might have to get a porta potty. And he's like, we'll use the Weston, the Vermont Country Store, which is fine. Anyways, I'm done.
So Jim and I did have quite a discussion, and I made it quite clear I was not happy with that happening. And he just walked in Friday and did it. And so my reaction is, next week when Brian's here, I'm gonna lay it on the three of them. One of us is going down the road. I don't care which one, but one of us is going. I can't be stabbed in the back anymore. The back doesn't have any room. I've been here many years and the back is full. And I can't waste my time. My time I feel is valuable. I'm still working. I come down here and do stuff. It takes time. And then it gets railroaded just the other way. I can't afford that. If I'm gonna spend my time, it's gonna be worthwhile. But when you come in and figure something out. And the other thing is, the Playhouse Theater Company is as much to blame as anybody, because 2 weeks ago tonight we met and that thing over there didn't pop up overnight. Like you said, they could have ordered a porta potty. That's the way it is.
So I want to just say something. We are a new select board, and there have been a lot of changes. And I am going to ask that, I hope that you don't put us in that position of one or the other. I don't think that this would function without all of us all together. We're all very different people who need to respect one another. And I think moving forward, we should all respect each other's lanes. We all have different, skills, which is why we're all here together. And I'm asking Denny to have a space where we can all come together and agree to moving forward, respecting each other's feelings and having an open discussion about it before anything's.
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
I know.
And like I said, I've had too many knives in my back and there's no room for any more.
So I will ask if we
Sir,
can
I've
just
been
talk
here
about
for
it
30 years.
if we could just, think about it. And we'll be meeting on the 14th. And Denny and Jim, you're too valuable to do this without you. And I'm done.
I'm not picking a side.
Yeah, it's not even that. Like I
I
support both of you, and I think it was a
support
nice
Denny.
it was a nice apology, and also moving forward, all we can do is just learn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm done.
Community events.
Oh, the
Anyone
only
have-
community event that I will announce is that the Blue Flame Steel Band is gonna be playing down at Sugar Bob's in Chester, Friday from 5 to 7.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it'll benefit
Blue
neighborhood
Flame.
connections. and,
Okay,
Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
I want to
This
go.
Friday?
Yeah,
This
5
Friday,
to 7.
Awesome.
yeah,
I'll see you there.
yeah. Green Island.
Karen,
So, did a lot of driving around this weekend, and when I left the meeting last time, I was passed by 2 cars, I was going 55. Passed by 2 cars and no passing zones, because we were mentioning the danger.
Mhm.
So I decided I was gonna find out how fast they were going. So they made the turn, then I made the turn and I floored it, they were going 65, and this is 9:30 in the night.
Around my house.
Well, not at your corner. Once I got, well, probably they were, because once I turned the corner, I floored it to find out how fast they were going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just crazy. But other thing I wanted to ask, in driving around, I'm like, every town except Weston has flowers and flags for this all-important celebration coming up. And so I was told, well, maybe there's no group or civic, whatever, association that funds it. So I would ask, and we're running out of time here, if the town would consider at least putting up flags.
For what? For the
200.
250th. Is it a little late?
No, you can get them on Amazon and delivered in 2 days.
I know, but what's the
Yeah,
budget?
but
Where's
you-
the budget gonna come from
Yeah, but
that?
you gotta
We have to get approved for a budget
You
for
gotta get
something like
approved to
that.
put them up on, where are you gonna put them?
Well, all the other towns have them on the poles.
But
Okay,
but
but
those
you
are
gotta get
state, you
permission
have to get
for
permission for
V-Trans,
V-Trans.
You,
It's,
saying.
yeah, I mean, it's
Do
a
we
it's a
have-
long
we don't have, like,
process.
a beautification committee, or what about the ladies of the green? Do
The-
they do stuff like that?
Well, no,
Okay.
but we could talk to him. I can tell you that Brian and I are going to do something with the planter out there. So that will be beautified
Some red,
soon.
white, and blue
I don't know
flowers?
what we're gonna do with it, but we're gonna do something beautiful with it. So that's a start.
Okay.
But I don't know. I
Maybe
mean,
you could head a committee for next
do you wanna
year
start a
for the
committee?
251st.
you could start the
I got a
committee.
house
you don't
on
have many days left.
Yeah, you could start the committee.
But they also have, like flowers on the bridges and near the town office and Weston just,
Well, I built 2 window boxes and the brackets and hung them by the post office.
I saw that, they're
Yeah.
white.
I mean, would you
Alright.
like to volunteer your time to be our gardener?
Have you seen my yard?
No, I don't know where you live. But I'm saying, like, you know, like we just need people who want to be a part of it, who want to do this. You know, I mean, like, I would love to come and do that if you wanted to start a committee and do something to beautify and start that conversation. That would, I mean, you could be the one to spearhead it. But until then, I don't have time to garden on the bridges. But I am gonna do that planter.
It would look nice.
It
It's
would
something
look
to
really
think about
nice,
for the
but
future.
you know, it's also about coming together and putting in your time, your physical time.
So
And
this could be a call to.
this is
I
a
know
this is
all
a
the people
call
watching.
to all the people watching to form a committee to beautify the town. And I will join it. I am not gonna head it.
I know there's gardeners who will donate flowers and things, so.
Absolutely, you just need
Definitely
someone to
can happen.
coordinate it. Someone
Yeah.
something could happen. It's a great point and something to
Yeah.
think about.
I agree.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi.
hello. There is a garden club in Weston.
Great.
Maureen Page and Linda Sarnioki.
Oh, we should.
Oh.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a couple names to reach out to.
Great. Let's do. I can do that.
There you go.
So
On it.
garden clubs usually sell plants to raise money, but that's kind of difficult too, because Chester's plant sale every year, the last one was last year, because the woman who was heading it just couldn't do it anymore, so.
I don't think garden clubs, the ones that I know of, don't sell plants.
I don't know. I think it was just ladies who got
I
together
know
and
in London
garden.
there-
Ladies who love
They just,
Literally, ladies who really like
they get
plants.
people to donate plants and they hang them on the bridge and,
Yeah.
and do that, and that's a very active group. But it takes a lot of time.
Well,
If someone bought flags, where could they put it on town property?
you can't.
Mm.
Well, maybe. I mean, you could put it. You could ask the ladies of the green, who own the green. But
Anywhere else?
Careful, Katie. The green is run by 9 ladies. That's not town property.
no, I said you could ask the ladies of the green.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
have.
You would have to ask permission from the ladies of the green because they own it. V-Trans owns the poles. Yeah, the ladies of the green.
I've never heard of the ladies of the green.
Oh, they own the green and
Well-
they maintain it. It's
Have
a.
you heard of the Farrar Park Association?
No.
Okay, have you
I'm a
heard of the
fan.
Farrar Park?
Have you heard of
Okay.
Cold
Do you
Spring
know what
Brook
that is out
Pond?
there? The green?
Oh, I
Okay.
know the green.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's Farrar Park. It's run by the ladies of the green.
So you can ask ladies of the green, but
Certainly the businesses would not mind a flag in front of their business.
Well, then they can.
they can put a flag out in front of it if they want.
I know, but no, it's just not happening.
Call Lyman Orton.
I'll get a direct line.
Yeah,
I get a direct
Time
line.
up at this park.
Cold Spring
A couple
Brook.
times. It's a beautiful
It's
park. The
beautiful.
benches are unique and gorgeous.
If you haven't been,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. They did a lot of work on it.
yeah,
Really
that's,
nice.
Yeah, very nice.
I would suggest if you're gonna get flags to put on businesses or around businesses, you at least get some flag holders so they can screw them to their side,
yeah,
because like the blue store over here, it's all blacktop in front, so you're not gonna be able to.
Like we don't have sidewalks to put something on, you know, like we don't have a designated sidewalk. It's either people's private property or it's a business or it's the ladies of the green. Or it's the poles that are owned by V-Trans and you have to apply for a permit. You have to have to be able to put anything on the poles. And we know from experience that it's a fine if you put things on the poles without any permission because we've had signs go up about us.
$5.
$5.
$5.
V-Trans. Yeah, V-Trans, I think, enforces the fine.
It costs more for them to.
It costs
send
for
the
more
bill
for
$5.
yeah, than to.
That was probably-
That's just to see you get the fine for it.
Yeah, right. I mean, like we could push the boundaries.
That was
Alright.
probably put in horse buggy days. Hasn't been indexed for inflation.
That's funny.
All right,
All right.
can I move to adjourn?
yes, you can, and I will
Move to
second.
I second. Okay, he got it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And we get back then, Sam.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Don't
Say I
worry, we
didn't
have
leave you too bad.
anti-flower or anyone. I
Oh,
will.
Time.
You bad of a
My
mess.
time is maxed.
I'm pro time.
So much fun, I might come again.